Well, you seem in a rather chippy mood today. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is James Steiner, and welcome back to Hate Plus. Let's move on to the next unread document. Okay, so we're going back to Block 1. Like I said, I'm going to try and finish Block 1 first, and then just move on from there. Okay, so that was on the November 29th, so now we're going to December 18th, again from Hyoseo Young. Elegance in her cat-like grin. Who is he referring to? Alright, to your pensive nature. That's fine. It has been a rather awfully stressful week, but I feel as though it improved significantly after my daily meeting with Mute the day of the first council meeting post-election. Okay. Let me just make sure that this is the right guy that I'm thinking of. Okay, so... Sorry, it's not a guy. It's this. It's the top lieutenant. I keep forgetting all the names. Ugh. Putting the last name first is something I'm still not quite used to yet, even though I've been partaking of a lot of Japanese-based stuff, which does have the last name first, then the first name, but I need to get in my head that apparently Korean is very similar in that aspect. As of an hour ago, we've got a new chief counselor, Ryo Hyun-soo. Oh, I know him. That's Emperor Taejo, the first emperor of the new dynasty. He was born Ryo Hyosoo. In the past, he was counselor of captaincy. Okay, so that's the guy that they're putting in as a figurehead. Okay. Smith stepped down, of course. And after a tedious amount of debate, we managed to push Ryu through the vote. It's all official now, she declared. Congratulations, I told her. I'm truly relieved to hear that worked. Tell me about it, she said with a sigh. There's going to be a joint broadcast of the new chief counselor and our new populist bastard president tomorrow, officially announcing their joint willingness to pander to any political agenda endorsed by enough idiot voters. Huh, so much scheming. No kidding. I'll make sure the announcement has a security detail that's properly decorated, I offered. Yeah, of course, Mute said, but man, I think we're actually going to be okay here. It looks like we've gotten through the hardest part of it. Now we just have to worry about politics, not agitators and public demonstrations. I sure hope so, I said. I mean it. I think we really are okay. I just want to say... I mean it. I think we really are okay. I just want to say... Monsieur? Yes, I replied. Thank you. This could have turned out a lot more violently than it did. Look, you've put in a lot of really hard work in the past week, stopping things from escalating further, she told me, staring at me intensely. And I really appreciate it. You're a great lieutenant, Hyoseo Young. Keep up the good work. Then she offered me a sincere smile with elegance and grace in her cat-like grin. I guess that's pretty sweet. Maybe. I could hardly help from feeling warm at the sight of such a charming gesture from her, a woman known for being brutally honest. To hear a compliment like that coming from her, I knew she meant it. It felt good to be appreciated for all that, and I felt proud. Thanks, I ended up muttering, without a shred of neither elegance nor grace. I am simply happy things have worked out without any violence. Well, good job. We couldn't have done it without you, she said. Then she turned serious. Anyway. But it made me feel a lot better this whole stressful week to have acknowledgement from her like that, truly. Okay, that's sweet and all, but what's the next scheme? That was too short. Let's do another one. Daily report for March 15th. Hyoseo Young again. Wow, this is 3 months later. Well, can you stop reading ahead of me, lady? Please. I have absolutely nothing to report today. The Mungangwa Flower Festival is still utterly boring, and I still do not enjoy the celebrations. Okay. The plaza was peaceful, 0 arrests were needed, and decreased security presence ship ride has led to no negative ramifications. My cruel boss still makes me write these things even if nothing of note happens, though, so here I am filling up space out of boredom. Referring to her as the cruel boss. Okay. I've noticed that Mute has updated her appearance again recently. There's a lot more silver hair mixed in with her blonde, and she's been wearing it short. And I'm really enjoying her new suits that seem to be all about narrow-waisted vests instead of jackets. Okay. It cuts a strong silhouette, and it feels really intimidating. I'm so happy to see her dressed like that when the fashion lately has been for women to wear long dresses and seem less imposing, she's really done the opposite. That is very interesting. I think... what? Skip a beat, huh? What do you mean? I think she's the most gorgeous she's ever looked, gray hair and all. I mean, I always feel outclassed by her, and I know she's got 1,600 years on me, but I'm glad she's starting to look older at the same time I'm feeling it. I wonder how often she changes her visual age. Regardless, she makes it look so good. She's been doing this thing lately where she'll light a cigarette by snapping her fingers, then blow smoke at dramatic moments and say something like, "Just watch me." And it's enough to make even the coolest of people's hearts skip a beat. Skip a beat, huh? Yeah. And this is my report for the day. Oh. Do not ever do this again, Seo Young. It is embarrassing on every level and not the point of daily reports. I will replace you with a large potted houseplant if you ever turn in a report this unprofessional again. Okay? Mute. Yep, that's mute. That still hurt. Now I understand why you laughed a little bit. That was still really short. What the hell? There's... Okay, this is the last one. Fuck Hyo family gatherings. Hyo Seung-bok. Oh, back to this guy. Wow, this boy swears so much. Thanks for reading ahead again. I am so sick of spending time with my extended family. I don't think I've ever met a single person who thinks these Hyo family gatherings are any fun. Everyone I've talked to seems to secretly hate them, every single one. But we all pretend to care and take interest in how every random unimportant cousin has been doing, and who's just got married, and who fucking cares about it all. Wow, this voice... Okay, not that much. I've seen people who swear way more. This time someone apparently paid serious money to hire an entire troupe of actors to perform short scenes in the living room, which at least shut down the conversation. Unfortunately, the performances were complete shit. I needed to get away and slipped out between sets under the pretense of trying to find the washroom in the hopes of falling in and therefore having an excuse for not being around. Instead, while I was wandering the halls of the main branch's absurdly large home, I ended up stumbling on the weirdest scene. A table with a card game in progress on it, with an old professor of mine at one end and the mostly naked, flat-chested maid sitting on strewn about. Oh, whoa. Okay, I need to read that again, because I stumbled once I realized what it was. Okay. A table with a card game in progress on it, with an old professor of mine at one end, and a mostly naked, flat-chested maid sitting on strewn about clothes. Strip poker? Strip poker. Really? Professor Kim was Hyo Young's husband. This guy is gonna die, gonna die. Whoa. This was it, yeah. Sorry, I was looking for the washroom, I said sheepishly, and started to back away. It wasn't even like the door was closed. I wasn't trying to sneak in anywhere. They were just there for everyone in the hall to see. Wait, don't go, cute boy, the maid called out. Do you want to play Huwatu? We could really use a third. I like playing Huwatu too, though. The cards are pretty. Okay. Is that okay? I asked, looking at the professor, terrified that I had interrupted an intimate moment. Then I remembered the last time I'd visited their home looking for his wife, the chief security officer, and how he was indisposed then, too. That was a weird fucking night. Yes, if you have silver to play for, he said with a shrug. It really did seem like he didn't care. Sure, I said, even though I got the feeling I was about to be hustled, but whatever. Anything to escape the family. I hear that, he said. Bloody in-laws. I'm a Hyo too, I said. Then I introduced myself. You're Professor Kim, right? I had you in an Earth history class. Let me guess. First year? You and every other officer in your family, he said. Go ahead and deal, Mimi. This is the first time we've read about this person. Click her, and I'll remind you about them. Not a bad looker. I'll give her that. I can't really give a play-by-play of the game itself. I don't really remember that well. It probably didn't help that after putting our silver or the stakes, Mimi kept pouring me more and more to drink. That's a really unusual name. Is it your real one? I asked the maid. Nope, was the only response. I kept trying not to stare, and it wasn't working. Maybe that's what the nudity was for, to win at cards by means of seduction. I mean, man, it sure worked. It was pretty hard to not get caught up thinking about how soft the bare skin would feel against my hands and instead worry about my hand in the game. It was also losing me a rapid number of points. At first, I didn't realize just how badly I was doing because I assumed my real threat was the professor, and he always seemed to be at the same point I was. And Mimi was only whittling us down very slowly, never calling go, no matter how big the lead was. The next thing I knew, we were both out. Shit. Oh, wow. I won, Mimi exclaimed with a girlish giggle. I feel like I'm on a roll. How about another, but with higher stakes? A 5 silver per point. And that was the hustle. No bloody way. I know when I'm done, the professor said. I'm sitting this one out. Okay. Is he in debt? I would be lying if I said the reason why I went in wasn't simply because I was attracted and wanted to spend more time with Mimi. I mean, I figured I'd be able to make back my money because I couldn't really take that giggling very seriously. But mostly it was attraction. It ended pretty quickly. 3 rounds in, I had arrogantly raised the stakes, then promptly got utterly swept with a single play that took my opponent from 0 points to having more than enough to wipe me out. Twice. Oh dear God, this guy sucks. Go or stop? I asked. Stop. That puts me in an awkward position, I explained. If you do that, you'll win and I'll be out and I don't have anything more in my purse. But I'm having a lot of fun playing with you, so if you say go, we can take another few rounds. Nope, stop, was the response, followed by a cutesy head tilt. I know what he means by that. I know exactly what he means by that. Then I watched as my money got swept off the table. I'm not playing for fun. I'm playing for money. You're vicious, I teased. I have to be, Mimi exclaimed. I've got tutors for my entrance exams to pay for, and I'm but a poor little thing. The last word was dragged out. It was a little bit too cutesy. You guys just got conned hard, didn't you? I think they just got conned. Tutors? The exams aren't that hard, I said. Ha! And when did you take them? 40-30? The professor scoffed. 37. I'm not that old, I said. Well, they were a lot easier than anyone could get in. How many Chinese characters do you know, kid? He asked, rolling his eyes at me. I thought back to school, he was actually my least favorite professor. So even they were using Chinese characters. That's so stupid. Why is that stupid? Why? But it's kind of weird that a Korean ship is using Chinese. Doesn't add up. That part still confuses me just a little bit. That's one part that I still don't quite understand. I thought he was pretty obnoxious. I don't know, not many, I admitted. Yeah, right. Nowadays, you need to know 1,000 in order to get in. Mind you, you'll have trouble in a lot of classics classes if that's all you know, but it's the bare minimum, he told me. Holy shit, I said. Yeah, well, that's what's important nowadays, he said. How's that? I couldn't imagine why. Don't ask me, he said. I'm a history professor. It's way out of my bloody field. I don't care about Confucius. If I had it my way, I'd still be like it was before. If I had it my way, it'd still be like it was before. If I had it my way, it'd still be like it was before. I see, I said. Hence all the tutors, Mimi said, pouring me another drink. Hey, how about another game? I think he's had enough to drink, the professor said. In retrospect, he was absolutely right. I'm fine, I can handle it, I said. Absolutely wrong. I'm in security, we drink pretty fucking hard. So my wife keeps complaining, he responded. Fine, if we're in the stupid part of the evening, I'll leave you two to it. Have fun, kids. He turned to look at Mimi. I'm going to go find the maid you swindled that uniform from, since half of the work's done for me. Give it back when you're done. What the fuck? Find the maid you swindled that uniform from, since half the work's done for me. Give it back when you're done. There's something else up here. Yes, sir, Mimi responded. Oh, that completely went over my fucking head at the time on account of the drinking. I just realized right now the joke was that Mimi had stolen the maid's clothes and their rightful owner was presumably naked somewhere. Holy fucking yikes, man. I totally did not get that at the time. Yeah, you're drunk. Of course you didn't get it at the time. Anyway, then I was alone, for which I was kind of glad because it gave me a chance to get closer. So, another game? Mimi asked. My purse is empty. I've got nothing, I said. Play just for fun? I only play for keeps. How about I loan you back the 600 silver you just lost? Even I could tell this was a bad idea at this point. Too bad my dick couldn't. Too bad my dick couldn't. And it was what was making decisions for me at that point. I'll need to take something as collateral. What? I asked far too quickly. A kiss, Mimi responded, smiling coyly at me, a finger against the lips. I was wrapped around that finger at this point. Ah, jeez, what is he saying? To make a long story short, I naturally agreed, and the kiss that was taken from me was amazing. You know, the kind that just makes you want more and more and frustrates you. That was the point, I have no doubt. It fucking well worked. I didn't want to win back my money. That was just money. I wanted to win Mimi. Anyway, I sure didn't win back the money. I was cleaned out in 10 minutes. It's cute in a way, I suppose. Is this how adults are? Some of them. Let's be honest, some people are actually like that. Completely irresponsible drunks. I'm not mean to be mean or condescending to people who do drink. I'm just condescending and mean to the people who drink and obviously don't know what's good for them. Because let me be brutally honest, drinking and gambling never mix. That's the quickest way to lose money. That's why all the casinos serve alcohol. Interesting fact. Well, I'm off, Mimi said, starting to pull the strewn clothes into something more proper-like. Wait, I said, not actually having a follow-through. I just stared for a moment, trying to think of something. How am I going to pay you back? Yes, young buck. I'm sure I can find you. How about I pay you with dinner sometime? I asked. Mimi laughed. Cute boy, you know I'm not a girl, right? He asked. Ho! They're both boys? Wow. Okay, that came out of left field. In that case, that's a pretty boy. That's a real pretty boy. Do you think I would have let you kiss me if you were? I asked. I thought it was the coolest fucking line at the time. It wasn't. True, but definitely not fucking cool. You're funny, he said. I'll see you around. I sure hope so. After he left, I stumbled back out to the main party, thankfully to discover that the actors were done and that there was now food to be had, which I sure needed. I really couldn't get the card hustling boy and the sight of his really gorgeous body and that kiss out of my head. Still can't. Eventually, the family members just stopped bothering me because I was pretty clearly spaced out by thinking of him. I only feel a little bit bad. If I'm going to get played, man, it could be a lot worse than by someone like that. A lot worse. Damn, I sure hope I see him again. Well. I was honestly not expecting that. I'm glad I continued. This one went on way too long. It's already up to 20 minutes. God. That was an interesting development. I like that. I really do like that. I don't know how this actually looks on camera because whenever I glance down at the monitor to see if I'm in frame, it looks like it's right, but I'm looking directly at the camera right now. But for some reason, I'm thinking my eyesight must be getting skewed a little bit off by the camera. I'm not sure. I think it's working right. Hell, I don't even know if this recording's gonna work. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. That was actually very entertaining. Be sure to click that like button, share, favorite, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.